Hey everyone, it's me. I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm sure I probably named this video something like my biggest toy haul ever, or just toy haul in general. But I just got back from vacation, and when I say just got back, I mean it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I drove quite a few hours today, but I was so excited when I got home, because it's been like a week since I've been able to film anything, and I really wanted to just show you guys some things I picked up. There's a few things I want to point out right now, because I usually don't like doing these haul videos. I just think that it would be fun to show off some of this stuff. Keep in mind, I have been saving up for many, many months to go on this trip because I knew that there were stores I like to go to that I usually can't, and that's how I was able to afford to get a lot of this stuff. This is not a normal thing, nor should it be a normal thing. It would ruin the hobby if you could just go and get this all the time. It just wouldn't make anything special, but it's crazy. I've never been able to get so many things in one go like this before. A lot of Godzilla stuff, a lot of Transformer stuff, a little bit of Marvel, a couple of GoBots even. But a big shout out before we begin to Wizard Video Games in Gainesville, Georgia, and also for Second Chance in Marietta, Georgia. Uh, they didn't ask for a shout out or anything. I didn't tell them about the channel. It's just they were incredibly kind to me, gave me a lot of good deals, let me get a lot of really cool stuff. And just know, this isn't even all of it. This is just what I was able to fit on the review stand. But we're going to go through just everything very quickly, just generalities. Most of these things are going to get reviews eventually, but we'll save bigger thoughts for that. So let's just start small, build our way up. Let's start off with my additions to the Armada shelf. I was able to get Thrust and Jetfire. Thrust is complete. Jetfire is actually missing his mini-cons, but is otherwise complete. But he's just so beautiful. Oh my god, Jetfire's a great looking toy. I can't believe I finally have this guy. I've wanted Armada Jetfire literally my entire life. Finally have him. And Thrust, don't get me wrong, he's cool too, but when I got Thrust, I was like, cool. When I got Jetfire, I was like, oh my god, I was meant to find this guy. And I'm not going to do this for every group, just because there's two and I think it's funny. I got that one from Wizard, got that one from Second Chance, so it was really a 50-50 split as to what they provided to the Armada shelf. Some absolutely sick universe guys, as well as one pretender. Razor Claw right here. I never thought I'd own that guy, and to be fair, the copy I got is missing every accessory. He's missing all of them, but he's physically complete, he's in great condition, the paint is good, and he's just one of the most beautiful toys ever. I never thought I'd be able to own him, but here we are. That is either Universe Black Arachnia or Universe Crystal Widow. I don't know how to tell the two apart. They're very similar. I'm going to say that's Black Arachnia because, hey, I accidentally got her boyfriend. People make fun of me all the time because on my top 10 lists, a lot of plastic addict victims wind up on those lists because, you grow up with a toy, you like them. I'm curious, am I going to like Silverbolt where TJ Omega despises the guy? And there's also a little police car there. I don't know who it is, he was like $3, so why not? Little police boy. I made the joke in that one Godzilla review about how I have other interests. I feel like one toy line that I collect that I never talk about is the old Toy Biz Marvel stuff. I really love their kind of more gimmicky toys from the 90s. And I was able to get Mr. Sinister, the Blob, and a version of the Rhino. I'm actually really close to having a complete Sinister 6. I just need to find a Vulture. And it's amazing. All these years of me trying to collect this line, you want to know the two characters I've never been able to find? Wolverine, like a tiger stripe Wolverine, or even a brown costume Wolverine, or Gambit. I've been able to get everyone else I wanted, so much that I have two rhinos, distinct rhinos. Never been able to get those two, but I'm always happy to get new guys to the shelf. I've never been able to have Blob or Mr. Sinister before, so it's cool to have some new X-Men baddies to put on that shelf. Kinda going back into Transformers, a big emphasis on kinda. I did get one GoBot. This is Flytrap. He turns into a dump truck. Every time I go to Second Chance, I like to get at least one GoBot. I'm sad. Last time I was there, they had like all the pieces of Puzzler, and I just couldn't afford them. No piece of Puzzler this time, and some of the guys they had, I already have. Some are in kind of rough condition. But, yeah, Flytrap here was absolutely gorgeous. Looking back on it, I really wish I had picked up spoons. They had a really nice spoons there. But that's for next time. Next time, hopefully, I'll be able to pick up that forklift. Some amazing Beast Wars finds. So I was able to get Prowl 2, Rat Trap, and I don't know his name. I think that's Sky Shadow? I don't know. I'm just not good with the Fusors. But I really like all of them. Rat Trap, I've never been able to have a Transmetal Rat Trap before. The chrome on him is just absolutely beautiful. He looks perfect. Prowl's chrome is a little bit more run down, but also I got him for like $10. And the Fusor is missing a leg, but same. Got him for pretty cheap. Just really cool additions to the Beast Wars shelf. I always like going for the weirdos. I'm usually not a fan of going for the show characters, but Rat Trap I always love, and this toy is just wild. Look at how good they did his chain whip. It's such a nice toy. I gotta review him. I'm gonna review pretty much all these guys eventually. Of course, I said that last time, and I'm still sitting on a big pile of the last haul video that I gotta still review. It takes time, man. It's a process. Life's a journey, not a destination. Some Cybertron love, got Breakdown and Swindle, just in time for many toys of Swindle later on this week. Really like this toy. I love Hardtop. I think that Swindle is just going to be even better. Another vehicle mode guy, and this is one that I don't think a lot of people remember. So this is Movie 1 Landmine, re-released for Dark of the Moon. He was released in a 2-pack with a Leader Class Optimus, and it's supposed to be a lunar model, like a lunar rover. He's not complete. He's missing his hood piece. He doesn't have his gun. But it's a beautiful white and gold version of Landmine, one of my all-time favorite figures. I cannot wait to mess with this guy, because I love this toy. You know, warts and all, missing pieces and all. I've never seen this guy in person, so this is pretty sick. Speaking of pretty sick, this is from the vintage Power Rangers toy line. It's just a big eyeball monster. I don't know Power Rangers. I don't know the name of this monster. I know this. Like, check out these big eyeball nipples. You hit this button. Boom. He shoots his own boobies. It's great. So, real talk. Godzilla's kind of become a thing for me. We're going to go over a lot of Godzilla stuff here in a minute. But I saw some of the Power Ranger toys, and these monsters all kind of look like they could be just weird Godzilla monsters. You know, they are all tokusatsu, kaiju type creatures. There's not many of them I'd want. I got this guy. I think he's great. Maybe if I could find, like, Pudgy Pig, that'd be kind of cool. What's his name? Goldar. Goldar's a great design. If I ever find Goldar, I'll get him. But I like this eyeball monster a lot, and he's just going to hang out with my Godzilla guys. Got some gimmick toys from the last night. I don't know what the deal with the Squeaks is. He has like a little remote control. I'll figure him out. As for this hound, I remember there was a thing where like you could put like a voice box in him or something. I just got him because he looked like a good hound. And literally, Wizards literally just threw Squeaks in because they couldn't get rid of him. But that's fine. I've never had a Squeaks. He's a cool enough design. I'm happy to have these two. I'll just pop them on the movie shelf. Speaking of movie designs, I got the mainline Rise of the Beast Nightbird and Studio Series TF1 Megatron. Nightbird's good. I'm not trying to downplay Nightbird. I kind of am. This Megatron, though, he's so good. I've only messed with him a little bit. He puts Optimus to shame. He really does. He has very long legs, but I kind of like it. It makes him feel very super robot-esque. I can't wait to just really mess with this guy, give him a good review. I love him a lot. I think he's sick. Actually, here, because I know Enemy's probably going to ask about this, because they asked me about it before. Oh, there he is with War for Cybertron Megatron. Well, they actually are a lot similar in height, more so than I would have thought. That's pretty cool, though. Very different Megatrons. I like them both, though. Don't you love it when a reviewer complains about something and then continues to buy it? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the SuperSeven retro toy line, usually. I did buy their Skeleton Godzilla, and I reviewed him. The review's not up yet. And I ultimately said, like, it's cool, just not worth the money. And then I turned around and spent more money on SuperSeven. That said, I actually didn't spend full price on any of these guys. These were both 15. Those were 10. He was 15. And at 15, I think these guys are going to be perfectly worth it. My issue is and always has been price. And I'm happy to spend 10 to 15 on the SuperSeven stuff, because I do think they're worth that. This I got just because I would like a version. Oh, no, well, there goes Mechagodzilla. I like some version of Shogun Godzilla. It was a BOGO, so might as well get two. I got the Jet Jaguar that shakes hands, which is incredible. No, that isn't the Jet Jaguar that shakes hands. That's the one that flies. Oh, no. I bought the wrong Jet Jaguar. Oh, well. It's more Jet Jaguar for me. We all could use more Jet Jaguar. And then there's my purple Mechagodzilla, who looks sick. Can't wait to open him up. Going into Generations now, got some guys I've always wanted. Classics Bumblebee, doesn't have his jetpack, but I got him for cheap. Great condition. Got Skullgrin, which I've never messed with this sculpt. Everyone tells me that the Dark Mount Skullgrin mold is a ton of fun. Gonna have to check that out myself. Times Return Perceptor, which I always thought was a cool looking toy, but everyone kind of dumped him after Studio Series 86 Perceptor. And Scrapface. I regret selling him, because I really liked the toy, and now I have him back. So, it's cool. I get one old friend returned to the fold, and then 3 new experiences that I've always wanted to mess with. So, pretty good time for Generations. Some RID 2015 love with the Japanese Stilljaw and the American Fixit. Fixit I actually had. I think he is a wonderful little guy. An almost perfect Legend scale figure with so much emotion and expression. I like this guy a lot. Even though I've never seen the show, I don't really know what Fixit still is. As for Stilljaw, I've still not seen RID 2015. I really want to, because every clip I see of Stilljaw, he's just one of the most interesting Transformers villains I've ever seen. Very conniving, very charismatic. He's like a used car salesman and a terrorist rolled into one. I think he's really, really cool as a character. I also loved what IDW did with him. So, I have his toy. Toy is rough. Toy is very, very, very rough. But it's also the only option we have of him right now, so I'm happy with it. I can't wait to actually watch the cartoon. I guess what I'm worried about is, like, what happens if I watch the cartoon and Stilljaw actually kind of sucks in the show? But from what I've understood, everyone that has seen it has told me that Stilljaw is always pretty solid in it, so, you know, I gotta get around to it eventually. Going from a show I really need to see to a show that I've seen maybe too many times at this point. It's animated Black Arachnia and Jazz. Again, I don't know how many times I can say this in the video. I've always wanted these guys. Can't believe I have them. Black Arachnia is my favorite Beast Wars character. Alita's possibly my favorite Autobot at this point. She's right up there with Cliffjumper. It's kind of cool that this one time they were both kind of cohabitating. You know, Alita became Black Arachnia. And I guess this means that I'm one step closer to having every Alita 1 toy, which is pretty cool. As for Jazz, I always said he was incredible. I messed with him. He's incredible. He might be the best Jazz ever. Love this guy. These guys might need some explanation. They're from Wizard. I looked at them, I was like, that is a bootleg-looking Godzilla and Jet Jaguar. And they kind of are. I flipped over the feet, and I saw, oh, 2020 Playmates. Oh, this is when Playmates were literally taking the Bandai movie monster series and making, like, worse versions of the sculpts. But at the same time, that was the Godzilla toy line that got me into Godzilla in the first place. And the whole reason I'm collecting the movie series now is because of these guys. So this is the Final Wars version of Godzilla and the Jet Jaguar. Are they the best? No. Am I super happy to have them? Absolutely. If I could get the Mothra and the King Ghidorah from this line, that'd be even better. Because then I'd have all the guys I used to have. So really, really happy to have them back. Even if they're a little bit rough looking. Guys, this was just a all-time collecting highlight for me. I got the Takara Tomy Arms Micron Breakdown and the first edition Bulkhead in the same day. Wizard got me Breakdown, Second Chance got me Bulkhead. These are toys, I'm going to say it again. I'm not going to say it again. These guys have long been in my realm of interest. I've never been able to afford them. But after selling some toys to Wizard and saving up for, like I said, several months, I could get them this time. And it's like so amazing. There's not many Prime guys that are left that I really, really need. I mean, I like Cliffjumper. But Breakdown and Bulkhead, This was like the cream of the crop. This was like the top, the tippy top. If I could have any two, I wanted these two. And they are just absolutely incredible. I can't wait to mess with them more. Bulkhead especially. Breakdown is really, really solid. He's a little bit loose in his hips, but just having the pair of them is awesome. And they scale really well together. I was worried that Breakdown was going to be a little bit short, but no, that actually looks a bit right. Because in the show, Breakdown was wider, but also a bit shorter, if I remember right. So having these two, again, little personal collecting highlight for me across my entire collecting career. Would I call it a career? And across my entire collecting hobby. There we go. I gotta say though, I think the thing that I was the most excited to really find a lot of was the movie monster series. Yeah, you guys, is it fair to blame you guys for this? Nah, because I was already kind of getting back into Godzilla, but I think you guys amplified this. I got a bunch of these that I really wanted. I got the MonsterVerse King Ghidorah. I got I always forget the bug's name. Megaguirus, that's his name. Her name. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, that's the queen. Her name. Burning Godzilla, -1 Godzilla, Final Wars Godzilla, Biolante, which is one of my favorite designs ever. Biolante's so sick. Agriris, because you gotta have the best buddy. Kiryu's back there. And then, of course, Destroya. I love Destroya. He's so cool. Destroya and King Ghidorah. Those are like my big two when it comes to like the Godzilla villains. I wish I could have found another Mothra. But Mothra, from what I understand, talking to some people now, apparently Mothra's just always hard to come by. Because I don't know it's necessarily that they make so little of her, so much as just everyone loves Mothra, so they kind of scoop her up every time she shows up. But it was cool to get some new Godzillas. It was really, really cool to get new characters. If I had to say, like, who's my favorite out of this batch so far, I love King Ghidorah, I love Biolante, and I love Destroya. And out of these Godzillas, probably that Final Wars Godzilla, he's just really cool looking. I've always liked the Final Wars design for the Big G. But that's almost brought us to a wrap. There's just one last group to look at. The final thing I really wanted to show is that this really was a great kickstart to my Cyberverse collection. I've been wanting to get into this line so badly, but quite frankly, buying them online gets ridiculous price-wise. And, you know, these guys were priced out $5-10 a piece at Second Chance. They almost tempted me. They told me that they had even more, but I had already spent enough money. But in all honesty, it's like, there's only a few more characters I'd even want from Cyberverse. Like, I'd like their Megatron. I'd like to get Bulkhead. I'd like to get RC and Flame War. And that honestly might be it. I got most everyone I really wanted in one fell swoop, like I said. And these are just sick toys. I think that they are amazing. I might catch some flack for this. This is the best part of Prime, to me, as a toy line. The Cyberverse guys were just so good for their scale, especially. And I can't wait, because it looks like we got a new member for the Parliament of Shockwave incoming. Guys, I really don't know what else there is to say. I had a really good vacation. I was able to see my family, have an amazing time, and got some stuff that I've always wanted. It was a pretty good trip. I hope that this video wasn't too much me rambling. Like I said, by the time I'm wrapping this up, it's now closer to 3 o'clock in the morning, which is sick. I'm super tired, but I just wanted to record something, because I've been wanting to, and it's been hard not recording stuff, because it's become such a part of my, like, daily routine. So I wanted to do this. It was a lot of fun, and I hope that no one walks away from this feeling like... I hope no one walks away from this thinking like, oh man, I should be able to do this, or what is this what collecting is? I want to make this point clear, because I see a lot of people in my videos say stuff like, man, Cliffjumper is my favorite character, but no one would ever know that because I don't have any Cliffjumper toys. Stuff like that, right? Your love for something isn't based on how much money you spend on it. There's people who love Transformers a whole hell of a lot more than I do, who have never bought a single Transformer. You know, the same thing with Godzilla. You know, I bought a lot of Godzilla stuff. Does it mean that I love Godzilla more than anyone else? No! No, I am in a position where I'm able to work and save up and buy this stuff, but please never feel like this is a normal occurrence, nor should it be a normal occurrence. It's part of the reason why I have an issue doing haul videos, is I feel so much like it feels like, oh, look at me, look at all these toys I got, don't you wish you were me? It sucks. It's a sucky mentality. I hope that you guys know that I'm not doing that. I just wanted to share that I had a good trip. I had a good time out. Got some really cool stuff that I can't wait to make videos for, because that's what's fun now. It's discovering these toys and then making the videos and then finding the perfect spot for them in the collection. That's where I'm having fun right now. But at this point, I've spoken enough. You guys are probably tired of hearing this. So thank you so much for watching, and hey, we'll see what we get up to next time.